Welcome to another episode of Tree Talk. I'm Jamie Dahl with Central State University Extension. I'm here today with Sue Wintering, and we're diving into some specific details on Project Learning Tree resources. So, welcome, Sue.
Hi, glad to be here.
Sue, could you quickly tell the group a little bit more about Project Learning Tree?
Well, Project Learning Tree is an environmental education program for youth from preschool through high school, and it's been around since 1976, but it's come a long way. In Ohio, it's been here for 40 years, and it uses trees and forest as a window on our world, increasing students' understanding of environment and the positive actions they can take to improve and maintain their environment. And it just gets them excited about being outside and experiencing what the natural world has to offer, but uses the forest as that window on that natural world.
Very cool. Thanks, Sue. And Sue, could you give us a little bit of a glimpse into the specifics, core components really of Project Learning Tree's mission?
Well, Project Learning Tree really wants children to have an understanding of their natural world. It uses critical and creative thinking. It gets them problem solving and making informed decisions about their impact and interaction with the world around them, whether it be in a community, in an urban setting, or the school setting, or outside in a natural area, and just getting them excited about wanting to know more about their natural world and the environment they live in.
Yeah, so and I'm someone who's, of course, been involved with Sue and on the board, and in Extension we use Project Learning Tree a fair bit, and it's I think some neat things about it for me is really the action oriented. I think that's very cool, is not just education but trying to empower youth to take action with that, and I think one of the nicest ways to sum up Project Learning Tree, I always love the line, it teaches folks how to think, not what to think. I think that, yeah.
And that is the core. It's been part of it since the very beginning, decades ago, and Project Learning Tree has built on that. It raises the awareness of the educators, whether they be teachers or parents or homeschoolers or natural resources professionals, to utilize it with the youth that they impact. And it very much gives children the chance to see where they can make a positive difference in their natural world.
Very cool, yeah. So, and of course, a big thing that Project Learning Tree offers is just some fabulous resources. And I think folks may be somewhat familiar, but there's always new things coming out of Project Learning Tree. So, Sue, can we give them just a quick overview of some of the breadth of resources that Project Learning Tree offers?
Right. As you'll see there, the pre-K through 8 guide is kind of the core of Project Learning Tree. It has hundreds of interactive activities for children of all ages, mostly up through what might be middle school, early high school age. But there's a lot of items. There's specifically an early childhood guide, which kind of deals with using the natural world of their neighborhood, of the seasons, and for them to learn about it, and a lot of early childhood educators in many different settings like that. Then a couple new items that are out there are teaching with iTree, and also for middle school and high school students, a module known as the Green Jobs module, and that's really exciting. And so there's lots more to Project Learning Tree, green schools and other high school level modules known as secondary modules, and on many, many different topics, and from environmental risk to places we live. So it doesn't matter what subject somebody teach, believe me, it's in there in Project Learning Tree if they would like to utilize it and get kids excited about their natural world and their environment.
Absolutely. So what we would like to do is we're going to quickly give a tiny bit more detail on a few of these resources that Sue just mentioned. Probably the one that folks would be, I think, most familiar with if you know Project Learning Tree. I'd say most likely you know this K through 8 guide, pre-K through 8 guide. And so Sue mentioned some of the highlights from this, but it really is, if you've never gone to some type of professional development around Project Learning Tree, this really might be a good place to start, although there's certainly some other new modules that you could go after first as well. But I think this slide highlights some of the key things that happen in this pre-K through 8 guide. I don't know, Sue, is there anything you really want to add about this guide?
Oh, I'm a believer that if you're interested in this type of learning experiences for children of all ages, and even if they're high school, I highly recommend exploring this. And we provide around the state professional development training, but anybody 24/7 can access online training for what we call the pre-K through 8 environmental education guide within an online course. And you can download it. It's very user-friendly. It gives you exactly what you need. And I highly recommend, if you can't get to a face-to-face training, take the online course.
Yeah, and that's really a nice offering that Project Learning Tree has more resources now available online, and over time that just continues to increase. So another one we wanted to highlight is the Green Jobs, which is a brand new module, and we're going to be working to get more word about that in Ohio this year. But Sue, do you want to give a little highlight on Green Jobs and what's coming with that?
Right. The Green Jobs module is really unique, and I had the pleasure of getting involved with some of the writing and the evaluation of it, and it really gets young people realizing that there are lots of green jobs that address sustainable environment, and many of them are in our forest. And so what this does is it highlights, it gives teachers and youth leaders the opportunity to let the young people that they impact see what's out there. And it's a growing field of multiple jobs and careers that the forest has in other fields as well. And so Green Jobs kind of raises that awareness, which is important for PLT to do with young people, and give them the knowledge to see what's out there and ultimately make some good decisions in their future in conservation and sustainable forestry, and that they might just find a nice match for themselves.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm extremely excited about that Green Jobs module, and excited to try to get to using that as soon as I can in 2020. So another one that's pretty neat offering that folks may or may not be aware of. There's a module around iTree, which is basically some software that you can use on your smartphone or on a tablet, where students can actually go and enter information about trees in their communities, and then do activities and explore the value and benefits that tree offers to their community and neighborhoods. I don't know, Sue, anything specific you'd also like to highlight about iTree?
No, I would say just go check it out. You can, not only it's beneficial for folks within your communities, but just for your own property, and to see what's significant about the trees on your property and your land. And it seems that more and more is coming out about this. So we're sort of in the beginning stages of learning more about the benefits of utilizing iTree.
Great, thanks, Sue. So as I know we have a little time left to quickly highlight another module. We have a slide on the Southeastern Forests and Climate Change module, which this module is actually, I believe, free and available online right now. Is that true, Sue?
Yes, it is. Just like the iTree is free and available, and that app and everything, the Southeast Forest and Climate Change module is one that I have found that a lot of teachers in Ohio are very interested in, even though it was developed for southeastern forests. We know climate change is a topic that a lot of people address within their classes and in conversations. And what I've found is the wealth of background information and also the learning opportunities and lessons for students. Teachers are saying this is a great place to get the dialogue going. And like you had said earlier, Jamie, PLT is not teaching youth what to think about it. They're learning how to learn and experience and talk about topics that could be controversial, and many of them in our natural world and in our environment can be and are within families and within different regions of the country. And so this is a great one to kind of get the dialogue going, finding out more about climate change. And it does use the Southeast forest, but it can be applicable to the unique forest that we have in Ohio and as well.
Very cool. So and then the last one that we really wanted to highlight with this kind of more in-depth view is the Green Schools program. And I think that this is a really important one because whether or not you're trained in Project Learning Tree or seek that training, this is a resource where you can actually talk your local schools into pursuing funding and resources. So Sue, let's tell them a little bit more about Green Schools and how they can get involved.
Right, the Green Schools investigations, you can go right into the PLT.org website, which is the national website, and you can register your school or your nature center or your community center as a green school. And in doing so, you can also register online with a simple email and your own password, and you can find out a lot more about what Project Learning Tree's Green Schools are all about. And they're mainly investigations that you can do with young people, and they're actively involved, ready-made, ready to go, no cost, can download them. And you can also take a course for a nominal fee, but that isn't required in order to access the Green Schools investigations. And there's 5 topics, and from energy and water conservation and site and environmental quality and oh boy, here I go. I forget the other one.
Well, that'll just entice them to go out there to the web and find that. They got to find that information.
And checking it out because it's ready-made student groups called Green Teams. You can do one, you can do all 5, you can do any combination of them with young people in whatever your setting is in. And check it out. It's worth a look.
Very cool. Thanks, Sue. So that's a few of the awesome resources. There's more out there, but we don't have time in this little portion. But I guess lastly, just remember, if you want more information, contact Sue Wintering. We have her email included here, and go check out the National PLT website. Stay tuned because we're going to do another portion where we dig more into this Green Jobs module.